If you photo show or you live show, you may wonder what to do with all the ribbons and NAN cards that you acquire from different shows. This is just one of the many ideas that you can use for organizing. Again, there's no wrong or right way, but this may be a lot easier for you. This was a simple tote that I picked up at Walmart for a few dollars after the Christmas holiday a few years ago. I actually got this idea from a fellow shower who used manila envelopes to put all her horse information in. Here I have all of my horses listed in alphabetical order from A to Z throughout the bin. What I've decided to do with each of my horses to make my life easier is put a photo of the horse on the envelope. I've also taken the time to go through all of my awards, and I did this sooner than later before I acquired way too many ribbons and couldn't figure out who belonged to who and what show they came from. And I decided to write down the name of the show, the date of the show, and what the placing was. That was just for top 10s, top 5s, honorable mentions, as well as champions and reserve champions. I felt it would be too much information to do all of the first, seconds, and so on and so forth. On each envelope, I've tried to write the name of the horse in black permanent marker, so it's easy. If the horse has a second name that he won cards under, that name is written next to it in pen. I have the halter and performance, if they do halter and performance. I took the matte color tape that many people use when they photo show, so that way they can change the class numbers from show to show, where you can erase the pencil. And I put a little piece of tape in two sections here, one for the halter and one for the performance. For the halter, I've put a B next to the ones for the breed NAN cards, it's one, and I've put a W for the workmanship or a C for collectability. Inside the folder, different horses have different things depending on what they've won and what they came with. Some horses came with all of their flats, which I've then saved. And then I also have all their NAN cards in here so that they're easy to find and I know who they belong to. Some horses also have gone to NAN, so what I decided to do was, let's see if I can find one here. What I did was I printed out from the NAN website the placings the horse received and highlighted the horse here, so I know, this particular horse was 2008 showmanship champion. So I have that there, as well as the photos that were taken. In the old days, when I used to photo show a lot, and I'd also do this for live shows as well, is I would actually write down the placing for every single show. If you have a few horses that you show, this isn't such a bad idea, but if you show a lot of horses, this can be extremely time consuming, and you kind of find out later on it's really not worth it. It's probably best to just stick with the top placings, because that seems to be what's pretty much important to most people. So like I said, those I wrote on the outside of the envelopes. And again, this is a really simple, easy way. The manila envelopes you can get at Walmart for about $2 or $3 for, I think it might be 12 or 24 envelopes. And for the horses that I don't have a lot of cards and a lot of information for, I've just done the same thing on plain white envelopes. And you can even do this if you don't want to go out and buy the more expensive, manila envelopes. But again, it's a really easy system. Everything's all in one spot. It's easy to grab the NAN cards if I need them for NAN, or if I need them, to keep track of everything. So, quick and easy. Once upon a time, I used to hang all of my rosettes on fishing line across the top of my room and my horse room, and it just got to be way too many ribbons for some of my horses, since I was both photo showing and live showing, and I go to about, on the average, 10 live shows a year, so that can be a lot of awards. So what I decided to do was I grabbed an old show tote. This one's a little dirty, it stays in the basement. And each of my horses has their own bag with all of their ribbons in them. I keep extra bags in here just in case I need them. Grab them at the dollar store, they're cheap enough. And then what I do is, like I said, each horse has their own bag. All the ribbons are folded up like how they come from Hodge's Badge, or maybe somewhere else where you get your badges from if you've ever hosted a show. They're rolled up like this, and it doesn't damage the ribbon, and they go back to that flat shape easily enough if you ever decide that you want to hang them or when you sell the horse and you want to give the ribbons away. They won't be ruined. But everything's in here. When a horse has gotten a lot of ribbons and can't fit in one bag, they graduate to another bag. And the few horses, there's a few loose ribbons in here because these horses have only one ribbon, and I haven't gotten to putting them in their own little bags yet. But pretty much this is it. They're all on top in here. Whatever rewards they've gotten, medals, obviously a lot of trophies and things can't fit in here. That sort of stuff I keep in my curio cabinet. But it's a great way. All these ribbons are all in one spot. If I ever need to sell the horse, I can just take the bag, stick it in with the horse, and off the horse goes with all its ribbons, and it's easy. And then, of course, if you watched the earlier part of the video with the envelopes, that also can go with the horse. And so not only is it making your life easier, it's making your life easier for when you send the horse to someone else, and then their life is easier because all the information is right on their fingertips. This is just one of the many ways that you can display, or rather hide, your ribbons if you have far too many of them. And again, this is not a wrong or right way, just a way to try to make things easier.